amazing job of work. So I was thinking, this applies to any area of the arts. How many poets does it take to screw in a light bulb? 10. One to screw it in, the other 9 to say, I could have done it that way. Kevin, is Envy Room ready? Nope. All right, we are skipping that. In that case, someone who I haven't seen perform in ages, ever since she and her now husband met. An amazing writer, always full of thought-provoking pieces. It's actually how I learned about Amanda Todd back in the day. Come on up, Jessica. It's your turn. Thank you very much, Jessica. What? So, Ken found his Kia, where Ken's going to come up and perform a piece or two, and he's going to have us volunteers, so my condolences.
Open up your instrument, John. Yeah, I think Jess just gave you the title of my next record, I'm a walking trigger warning. So, I'm going to show you that anybody can be a musician. I've got these two friends of mine. I just gave them kazoos. And they're going to play along on this song that I wrote. And this song, I've never played it, but I'm doing this as a special favor to two friends of mine. Mike and Becky Richardson, if you're watching on the live cast, you see it eventually. I love you guys. Thanks for putting me up the other day. And so we lived down here a few years back, somewhere in Baytown, Bayside, Bayshore, on the dock of Bay, something. So Becky's mom ended up holding her husband hostage, and she got on the news. Maybe you saw it. She's called the Pistol Packing Granny. I don't know if you saw that particular report. So it inspired me. So I wrote a song called Pistol Packing Granny. It's supposed to be rockabilly, but I can't play rockabilly.
Not unlike the Andrews Sisters.
Pardon me?
Not unlike the Andrews Sisters.
Yeah, well, yeah, right, yes, exactly. Like drinking rum and Coca-Cola and carrying a pistol.
Right.
But, so, Zach's going to channel his inner Cat Stevens. Nessa will channel his inner Jelly Roll. And I will attempt to sing this song for Mike and Becky. Love you guys. I've never even recorded it, played it live, so I'll probably suck it up. And you know what the cue is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. This goes at the cue. Yeah. Get in the kiss with the British call a line. All right. Well, the last time I saw her, she was at a grandkid's party. I did kind of notice she was acting kind of wacky. But I got shocked when I watched the news. Granny's got a gun, and Grandpa's got the blues. Look out! Very enthusiastic. Look out! Here comes the pistol packing granny. Don't look like she'd make a good nanny. Yeah. Well, the SWAT team came and surrounded that place. 5 hours later, with a smile on her face, Granny was released and taken to jail. Now I understand, it never fails. Look out! Thank you. Here comes back to Granny. Grandpa should have smacked her on the face. Wonderful, by the way. Oh, proof positive. Anyone can be a musician. Down at the jail, everyone knew her name. Whatever it takes to win some fame. I'm not quite sure if it's awesome or it's lame, but Granny's Gone Wild is the #1 video game. Look out! Look out! Look out! Here comes Free as a bird, but acting kind of wacky. That's the end of that masterpiece. I do expect it to be framed in the Louvre someday, but I know I'm not French, so I don't know. Right? The next is Captain Crunch with chicken.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, so that was your musical interlude for right now. And we'll get back to the poetry, and we'll return with my friends here, the master musicians. Zach. Kazoo champion of the world.
Wait! I learned everything I know from you.
Goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. More fun than a barrel of flying monkeys, that was. I saw these guys, their debut concert a week ago tonight, and I was just blown away. Like, sincerely, they've got quite a wild sound. They're called Envy Room. It's made up of my friend Kevin Impulse in the middle there. There's Eli Hopeful on the left, and Acidic is right there. Johnny Valentine and Space Cowboy are not present, but you can see them online. They recently released their debut single called Never Let Go, and they're going to be performing it acoustically tonight for you. So, Envy Room, get your ass up here.
It's crazy.
How y'all doing tonight?
Where do you think
Good. We are short 2 band members, but they're with us in spirit. They wish they could be here, but we're glad we were able to come and represent the room for you guys. Come check us out on Apple Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, everything you can think of. We're on there. And anyway, this is our song "Never Let Go." Welcome our drummer, Mr. Space Cowboy over there. Get over here.
So he's the drummer, the one with the kid. So maybe she just. Maybe that's here you go.
The song is about the greatest city.
Do you wanna set up and read something?
Houston, Texas.
Okay, anything, thank you.
No, even just like song lyrics from somebody else, like the Beatles or something, or John or something.
Thank you, brother. Let you know.
If you want me to put you at the bottom and go like maybe. If you want me to put you at the bottom and go maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Not yet.
Okay.
go ahead and just give this beautiful, beautiful place, Java Owl, another plug. Please tip your baristas. Thank you so much for letting me use this. This place has one of the best atmospheres, hands down. So thank you very much for that. So the baristas. It's crazy concerning like reading my own work. At first I was very indecisive about what I was going to read. Now I'm just not sure. So that works, right? Sometimes it's funnier when the people in your head start laughing. Next up we have Arthur. Woo! Beautiful writing, and so Dustin and I are publishers. If you ever put a book together, you want to submit, or you need somebody to edit, let us know. You'll be in good hands. So thank you for bearing your soul fragments with us. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. It's not easy to do, trust me, especially for first timers. Believe you me. But you know, everyone here tonight has had an astounding amount of courage to be vulnerable with us, and we all thank you for that. All right, last but not least is Dahlia. Dahlia. Come on up.
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. We dream about going up there, well that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. There's wonderful things around you, what more is looking for? Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me, up on the shore they work all day, out in the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea. Down here all the fish is happy, as off through the waves they roll. The fish on the land ain't happy, they sad 'cause they is the bowl. The fish in the bowl is lucky, they're in for a worse fate. One day when the boss get hungry, guess who gon' be on the plate? Oh no, under the sea, under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me, up on the shore they work all day, out in the sun they slave away. All day devoting full time to floating under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me, up on the shore they work all day, out in the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea.
So Dustin and I are going to, I guess we're going to perform our own work. Dustin, would you like to begin?
I wrote this book about an interesting story. The publisher actually requested a book, and the phrase he used to motivate me was, he said, "Bring out the God of the Bible." So I did. I tried. And this is a book of called Salt and Sorrow, and it's an exploration of Christian humanism, and I'm going to read a couple of poems from that. This is called Word Become Flesh. The Word is become flesh. Present tense means the Word is ever present, as his name Emmanuel means God is with us. The truth of flesh is form is the soul of beauty. A great dancer has grace and form. The Word, by being flesh, is form graced with healing and its mortality. Thank you.
So,
I have two pieces by myself.
written by myself, and then one by another artist. I usually like to just start off with a tribute to someone who's either living or deceased. In this case, he's living, and one to go by theme. Originally, I wasn't going to read the entirety, but at least one impression of Carnival 9 by Emerson Lake and Palmer, but I decided to take this direction instead. So this is called The Carney, and it's by one of my favorite artists and poets, Nick Cave, from Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. And no one saw the Carney go, the weeks flew by, until they moved on the show, leaving his caravan behind. It was parked out on the southeast ridge, and as the company crossed the bridge, with the first rain filling the bone-dry riverbed, it shone just so on the edge. Away, away, we're sad to say. Dog Boy, Atlas, Mandrake, the geeks, the hired hands, there was not one among them that did not cast an eye behind in the hope that the Carney would return to his own kind. The Carney left behind a horse, all skin and bone, that he named Sorrow, and it was a shallow, unmarked grave that old nag was laid in then parched meadow, and it was the dwarves that were given the task at digging the ditch and laying the nag's carcass in the ground, while Boss Bellini waved his smoking pistol round, saying, "The nag was dead meat, we can't afford to carry dead weights," while the whole company standing about not making a sound, and turning to the dwarves perched on the enclosure gate, the boss says, "Bury this lump of crow bait." And the rain came hammering down, everybody running for their wagons, tying all canvas flaps down, the mangy cats growling in their cages, the bird girl flapping, squawking around, the whole valley reeking of wet beasts and rotten sodden hay, freak and brute creation all packed up and on their way. The three dwarves peering from the wagon's hind, Moses says to Noah, "Shoulda dug a deeper one," their grizzled faces like dying moons, still dirty from the digging done. And Charlie the Atlas to the three said, "I guess the Carney ain't gonna show." And they were silent for a spell, wishing they'd done a better job of burying Sorrow. And the company passed from the valley into higher ground. The rain beat on the ridge and on the meadow and on the mound, until nothing was left. Nothing left at all, except the body of Sorrow that rose in time to float upon the surface of the eaten soil. And a murder of crows did circle round, first one, then the others flapping blackly down. And the Carney's van still sat upon the edge, tilting slowly as the firm ground turned to sludge. And the rain had hammered down, and the rain had hammered down, and the rain had hammered down, and the rain had hammered down. And no one saw the Carney go, no one saw the Carney go, no one saw the Carney go. I say it's funny how things go.
Yeah.
Alright, this is one I wrote not too long ago, and some of the staff may have heard this from the last poetry event, so my condolences. This was inspired by a line from a piece by none other than famous French poet Apollinaire, the one who wrote The Bestiary, and it's called "The Graveyard is a Beautiful Garden." And it starts out with this epigraph. "The graveyard is a beautiful garden, full of hoary willows and rosemary. Often they are friends who are buried here." That was his line. "By Baphomet's tongue proclamations, release is a goddess's name in the wilderness of the bestiary. Hands disembodied by the weight of the stone skipping eons past, glowing, the storm of words mouthed by the division between joy and subliminal madness. Querida, I release the Chiroptera into the denseness of the steel night, making weekly pilgrimages of Sisyphean hills. To you, love is what I made. For you, hurricane of pages, hemorrhages, ebony at the chime of a dawn clock's vocal chords, servitude under emerald metal thumb. She has tasted hunger at its most visceral. She has drained thirst of its life essence. In the belly of the little horn, the seven-headed Hydra revelation, forced to consume Promethean repetition. And to you, love is what I made, and for you, hate is what I forsake. The graveyard is a beautiful garden where the restless lovers play, where the wandering flesh decays. Warmth and water from the darkening goblet to your lips left you in lapses of sacrificial rapture. Impetuosity leaves shadowed marks, sacred geometry on your constellation's skin. A starling birthed from sensationalized flashes, a casualty of futile war, a formality of pending peace. To you, love is what I made. For you, love is what I cannot shade. The soil of your existence is the harvest breeding our forestrian roots, the death of prayer, the resurrection of humility. Your vessel is a passport to the cosmos. Your cosmos is your infinite arena. Your arena is your confined mentality. Your mentality is a weapon worth relinquishing. And to you, love was what I made. And for you, I left the stars in retrograde. The graveyard is a beautiful garden where the restless lovers sing, where the wandering flesh seeks new souls to which they cling. This was kind of a challenge for me, this last piece. I was recently invited to submit to this journal, and the theme was hypermasculinity, a trait that I do not possess. So I took it into a different direction, and I was able to work it into this long-form piece, which I'm almost finished with. There's poetry in it, but it's not the main format, and I was able to make it the main character's inner monologue in response to what it means to be a real man. So, a real man? Who on earth is that? Who could live up to such societal pressure and expectations before crumbling like a poorly erected statue? Who could measure up to set expectations before fading away like an ephemeral mandala in the vibrating sand? My entire life consisted of verbal suffocation, the acceptance and acknowledgement of the privilege of guilt. This privilege outlines my alabaster skin and genitalia. They called many predecessors great men. Were they? No bright ideas have I. Hate is a warmonger's tool of arousal and perpetual conflict. Love is a nihilist's plaything. Is fear a stone-faced construct? Our emotions? Are they to be abandoned in the cranial orphanage that is my labyrinthine mind? Emotions are for the weak, are they not? Stone-faced strength is a divine truth. I speak in nonsensical non-sequiturs and panic crimson civil bullets of perspiration. This physicality of mine is me, yet it is not. I engage in consistent mental threesomes with stoicism and catatonic numbness, leaving apathy to be scavenged by other rabid predatory sapiens who are proud to belong to my noteworthy gender. I am met with shaking skeletal fingers of Western judgment, yet my primal rage of Celine's lunar flowers is my focus. My human hyena guffaws spread like righteous wildfire. I deflect the barrage of poison-tipped arrow against syllables of oblivion. I raise two gliding median-digit birds to the skyline society of severance. I would be bereft of life itself if not for the running wolfwoman's galactic direction, yet my breed still attempts to reign supreme over a population of mannequins. I exit the audience of none, leaving the shadow rats to feast on artificially mortal remains. A real man doesn't weep. A real man shows no display of fear. If this gospel truth is so, consider me a figment of your imagination.